I have sent the virtual background to you. If you want, you can download it.
Hi, Ali. How are you?
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know if my mic is working or not.
Yes.
It's working. Welcome, DTM Ali.
I can hear you.
Thank you, Brother Makhlouf. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy
And
Diwali.
We will mute everyone. We'll start now.
R.A. James.
DTM Sandy, please.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters flagship event, our annual storytelling contest. And today we have some amazing finalists. I'm so excited. Please give them a great big hand. Woo! I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody today. Now, just to, of course, to keep everybody clear, I wanted to just tell you a few of our ground rules for the meeting today. When somebody else is, when you are not speaking, please always keep your mic on mute. Even as we were coming in here, I heard a little bit of background noise behind people, and these storytellers have worked extremely hard on their speeches, and we would like to respect that by giving them all of the attention of everybody instead of a mic somewhere, you know, running off. And it's easy to forget about a microphone being on, so please just be mindful of that. All right, I would like to open up by saying welcome to everybody. And I would like to introduce our very lovely, amazing MC for the day. That is DTM Abir Nuehed. Woohoo! Over to you, Abir.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, Sandy, for the lovely welcome, and a big welcome from me to all of you. I am also looking forward to this exciting event. I think everyone is. Exciting contest is going today, and the 12th anniversary for our none other than CAT, or Kuwait Advanced Club. So, are you ready for some magic? Some imagination, some colors in the folktale contest today? Well, it's all there, and we are all looking forward, yes. I will share the screen. Okay. So as we said, it's the folktale finals today. I think everyone has the agenda in front of you, but just in a nutshell, our agenda is, or our plan for today is split into two main parts. The first main part is our keynote speaker, and the second is our contest, of course. Thank you so much, our Sergeant at Arms, Sandy. I'll be your MC, apparently. And I will hand it over now for none other than our President, Dr. Mohammed Makhlouf. But before that, a quick brief about him. He's a past District 20 Director, a dentist with master's degree of oral surgery, certified trainer, and a coach. Please help me welcome Dr. Mohammed Makhlouf. Over to you.
DTM Abir Wahid, our MC for tonight. Thank you very much for this nice introduction. I would love to thank everybody who joined us today and welcome all of you in our event for tonight. First of all, I want to recognize the presence of our dignitaries, DTM all, our Region 11 advisor, James Tarouk, our district director, DTM Muhammad Salim, our CGD, Khalid Abdullah, Club Growth Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, our immediate past region advisor, DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali, our immediate past district director, DTM Wafa Salman, Division G director, DTM Muhammad Dashti, our Area 25 director, Merin Moy Roy, our immediate past Club Growth Director, Alka Kumra, area and division directors from District 20 who are joining today with us, all welcome. We have also many of Kuwait Advanced Charter members and past presidents who are joining us today for this event, Kuwait Advanced 12th anniversary, which also will include the finals of our flagship storytelling contest, where we will witness the best speeches from members of our club. Also, we have a great keynote speech. Don't leave before witnessing our celebration at the end of this event. Kuwait Advanced was founded by our senior Toastmasters 12 years back. Please, DTM Abir, can you show us our charter members? Please all, big round of applause for our members who chartered Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. Some of them are with us today. We will have some testimonials at the end of this event from many of them. Thank you very much. The club has grown at a steady pace and today is known as the first advanced club in Kuwait and one of the most prestigious clubs in Kuwait. Our past presidents with their excoms created a legacy, and today we, members of Kuwait Advanced, working hard to continue the legacy. We put a vision at the beginning of this year to guide and lead Toastmasters community in Kuwait and beyond to understand and enjoy their journey through educational sessions and enjoyable, well-organized meetings. I'm sure with all your support, we will achieve it and more. Before ending my speech, I would recognize also our past presidents of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club who created such a legacy, and we are trying to continue it till now. Big round of applause for our past presidents of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. Thank you for joining our event tonight and wish you all a great time with us. And now, let's hear a word of wisdom as a small address, a short address from our Region 11 advisor, my batchmate. We were district directors together in 2017, 2018, and he was before program quality director of District 79, club growth director, and PR of the district of District 79. With big round of applause, help me welcome DTM James Edward Tarouk.
Thank you, Dr. Maklu. My batchmate, please do not tell our members our secrets when we're together as district directors and during our events in the international convention and even in our mid-year training. It is my pleasure to be here, but first let me recognize our dignitaries in the room. We have our district director, DTM Salim. We have our IPDD, DTM Wafa. We have our CGD, DTM Khalid, if our PQD is here, maybe, DTM Alfia. Of course, my mentor, my predecessor, the immediate past region advisor, and of course, all the dignitaries of District 20, including the prominent leaders of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. Dr. Maklub, I think we have the same journey. After completing my role as district director, immediately the members made me the president of Riyadh Advanced Toastmasters Club. So we have something in common. Now we are heading, I have headed, and now you're heading Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. Congratulations on your 12th anniversary, and the number 12 has so many significant meaning for all of us. First, it signifies completion. The time, you know, an hour finishes at the 12th, the year finishes at December. So 12 means completion. So I believe that your club is not limited to 12. I wish that it will go 24, 36, 48, and even 100 years. It also signifies harmony. I really like when you flash the past presidents. Harmony speaks well about relationship with the members, and I know that you will not reach this 12 year without keeping that beautiful relationship with your fellow members and fellow officers. It also signifies motivation. We have to recognize the individual quest for self-improvement because individuals have aspirations. 12 also signify achievement, and that's why we are celebrating today your 12th anniversary. We have to tap the shoulders of our members and recognize them for them to be motivated to continue in their journey in Toastmasters. And finally, 12 signifies independence. Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club, I think it's about time. I know that you're doing this one to pay back to our community. That's what we are existing for. Toastmasters, once you achieve your aspirations, your dreams, I really encourage you to lift others up and bring more people in our Toastmasters journey. With this, allow me to again congratulate you, all of you. Let us remember all those past leaders who made this possible, the charter members, the past presidents. They have all weathered all kinds of challenges, and let's us honor them and continue to share these aspirations that they are, or the current members are being part of this great organization, of this great club called Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. Thank you for letting me in here, and enjoy the rest of the celebration. Good luck and more power.
Thank you so much, DTM James, for this nice message for our members of Kuwait Advanced and all members in Kuwait. Thank you for being here with us and celebrating this event with us. Great. Now, let's hear from none other than our district director. I know him very well. We worked together for more than 6, 7 years when I was still program quality director. Then he's now our district director, having the excellence in program quality director and excellence in club growth director. And I'm sure his team, with his leadership, will achieve the best this year also. Big round of applause and help us welcome DTM Muhammad Salim to give us a short and crisp speech. Mike is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, DTM.
Can I ask DTM Abir to close the share, please, during the speech? Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you very much, DTM Maklub. It's my honor and privilege to be here, actually interacting with you. It's been quite a long time. It's been almost a year I have met you. Such a wonderful personality I have came across in my life. To be very honest, I have served with you with great sense of pride. Actually, that was my one of the best moments of my career, and I would like to thank you all. Thank you for being with me, supporting me in my journey in Toastmasters. Now, talking about today's Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters 12th anniversary, it's a great moment. Actually, it's a wonderful achievement. We all are looking forward because these are the moments of which Toastmasters in Kuwait and Bahrain District 20 are paving is for the future. Actually, what we have done is history, but what we are going to do is going to be a sense of pride during the situation of COVID. We have a lot in terms of activities in Toastmasters. We have done a lot in terms of Toastmasters because it's not that easy when we are not meeting physically. It's all virtual. Despite that, we have really worked hard to make this really wonderful event. And I would like to thank you for inviting me here. Best wishes for the rest of the program. Thank you very much, DTM Maklu, once again from bottom of my heart.
You're muted, Dr. Makhlouf. Still muted.
Dr. Makhlouf, you are muted. Okay.
Who muted me? Thank you very much, DTM Muhammad Salim, for gracing our meeting with your presence. I know how much you are busy. Now, we will, I tried to have our program quality director, but DTM Alifia have other commitments. She promised she will try to join. Once she joins, we can hear from her a few words of wisdom also. Now, let's go to one of the best smiles in District 20, one of the best personalities I know, Club Growth Director and President of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. Please, with a big round of applause, help me welcome DTM Khalid Abdullah to give us a short speech in this occasion. DTM Khalid.
Thank you so much, DTM Makhlouf, past district director. Well, where can I start? Where should I start? You just said short, but I have so many dignitaries just looking at me. And yeah, DTM Arij, thank you so much for that, showing the passion. But let me just go through them very quickly. District director, of course, recognizing our District 20 director, DTM Muhammad Salim, our immediate past Region 11 advisor, our Region 11 advisor, our immediate past district director. Wow, so many, so many. I hope I did not miss anyone. Of course, the champion, Adita. Nice to have you here. Good afternoon to one and all. I apologize if I miss any, of course, immediate past CGD. It gives me an immense pleasure to be here with you today to witness this marvelous achievement, the 12th anniversary of this great club. And at this time, at this specific time, for an advanced Toastmaster club, this is the distinction that we need to create for our members and feel proud. And when I say proud, I can see members looking at my face. Exactly. That's what we need to have. We need to feel proud of our club, of our achievements, of all of what we do, because we need to stand out as an advanced Toastmaster club. And you, Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster Club, deserve respect and deserve that anniversary of the 12th year, consecutive year of your existence. I wish this club all the best, not just the 12th anniversary, but we would meet definitely in the 22nd anniversary, if God will, inshallah. And we will have the same celebration, we will have the same smile, and we will have the same pride for each other. Thank you so much for inviting me here, and over to you, Dr. Makhlouf.
Somebody is keeping muting me, but I will speak. Thank you very much. You can't hear me? Yeah, now. Still?
No.
What about now?
You are.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. Thank you all dignitaries for being here with us, for celebrating with us. And I'm so happy that we have our keynote speaker here now. Dear MC, mic is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, DTM Makhlouf. And thank you for all the dignitaries who are present today with us to enrich actually this exciting event. Moving next, we have, I'll share again. Okay, so let's move on to our, first of all, before moving to the keynote speech, I would like to recognize some role players today. We have our moderator, Dr. Fatma Abdu, our double DTM, who is present with us today to help in running this event. Second, we have our timers. We have Freddie Tayan, and we have Srini Shelapathy. So these are the timers for today. Make sure to pin the timers before you start your speeches. And now, I'm sure everyone is excited and much ready to hear from a champion who's with us today. None other than Aditya Maheshwaran. Aditya, a second place winner in the World Championship of Public Speaking for year 2015. We're so proud to have you with us today, Aditya. Just a brief about Aditya. He's a management consultant based out of London. He partners with organizations to enhance their leadership capability. He's a TEDx speaker and was the first Indian representing India to enter the finals of the World Championship of Public Speaking, where he had a podium finish in 2015. So please help me welcome Aditya Maheshwaran. Before that, I would like to remind the timing rules or the timing slot for his speech. Freddie, can you please remind us with the timings for Aditya today?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is
Good
Freddie.
afternoon.
Yes. I'll be showing the green, hold on. I'll be showing the green background when you will be reaching 15 minutes. Yellow will be on the 20 minutes, and at 25 minutes, I'll be showing the background red. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Freddie. And at the last 5 minutes, it will be a Q&A session. And I will be helping you. If you have any questions for Aditya, I will be transferring your questions to him so he can answer us. So without any further ado, let's all welcome Aditya Maheshwaran.
Thank you. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. We talk about a punch opening in Toastmasters, but in the Zoom world, the first opening is always, am I audible, isn't it? so good to know that. It's a pleasure to be here. I hope I'm not a stranger to you, because I certainly don't consider all of you strangers. I've seen you more than you would have liked to see me, especially in this Zoom world. I can say that for sure, at least for Ali Shabazz, who's probably seen me much, much more than he would have wanted to see me in the last 6 months, and heard me much more than, and got a lot of unsolicited advice through my sessions than he requires. But it's a pleasure to see people like Ali, so committed, so much represents the values of Toastmasters, including your president, Makhlouf, having been a past district officer, taking up club leadership roles, continuing his learning journey is indeed something which I relate to, because after 15 years of Toastmasters, I was the treasurer of my club here in London, and then I got promoted to the president of my club again. So Makhlouf, so I appreciate your values at Toastmasters. Now, it's a special occasion, and it's so apt that you're having a storytelling competition later today. The reason being, 12th anniversary or any such milestone meeting signifies nothing if it has not been prefixed by stories that has made up these 12 years, isn't it? So when you talk about 12, and the reason it becomes special is because of the storytelling that you are able to do about these 12 years. So what is so special about today, if not for that meeting in the second year when nobody turned up and you had to double up doing 4 roles in the meeting? It was a lot of pressure that day, but today when you look back, those are memories that you remember by. What about that year 7 when you lost the contest and you wanted to win and you felt so bad and you wanted to quit Toastmasters, but something about the movement made you stay on, and today you're there to celebrate 12. So each of you individually and as a collective have stories that make today special. And it's apt that we're going to talk about storytelling now, and you're going to have a storytelling competition later. Now, I believe that there is no one right way to tell a story. I don't know about you, but I believe there is no one right way to tell a story because stories are intimate, it's personal. It's like, is there one right way to imagine? No, any of us can imagine. So, similarly, storytelling cannot be confined in 5 rules or 10 rules. However, there could be, it's probably better to understand what not to do in storytelling than really try to say what to do in storytelling. So, today's session, I'm going to have a conversation with you and tell you some experiences about what are some of the red flags that you can avoid or think of in storytelling as compared to what you should do in storytelling. Because everybody has stories. I read a story about Lata Bhagwan Kare, who's 60-year-old woman in a village called Baramati in India, who won a full marathon running barefoot with a Nawari sari, which is a traditional sari worn in Maharashtra, with a lot of other people, men running in proper gear, Nike shoes, and she was running in with her slippers, which also tore apart. Nobody knows that story, but that story is as inspiring as Abraham Lincoln's ascent to success, or Gandhi's ascent to freedom struggle, or Mandela's ascent to end the apartheid movement, isn't it? But so Lata's story is special to her, but there is inspiration in all stories. But the problem, most often, friends, each of you have a story as inspiring as that, no doubt about it. But the problem is, why doesn't that story reach your audience with equal impact as some of these other stories do? And a lot of my mentees come to me and ask, Aditya, will this topic win this international speech competition? I said, I don't know. And the reason is, you find it's not topics that are different at your club level and at the world championship. You see, Mohammed Katani spoke about the power of words. You find so many Toastmasters at the club level speak about communication is important, right? Dhananjay spoke about, that you are special. You find so many speakers, even at the club level, talk about you are unique, you're special, find the diamond in you. But so it's not topics that differentiate stories between the club level and the international speech level. It is how they are conveyed to the audience, the credibility that backs it, that makes the difference, isn't it? So today I'm going to talk about 5 things, not just that you can keep in mind, and then hopefully, as the MC said, we have some time for questions. The first point that we can keep in mind is the balance between content and the message. What I mean by that is, a lot of stories have fascinating stories, but the audience at the end of the story don't really know what they are taking back. Have you heard of such stories which when you're in that experience you feel good, but when you're out of the experience, what the heck did he try to say or she try to say? Let me give you an example. Or on the other hand, there are stories which are very preachy, very message oriented, but not being conveyed through a beautiful story. Let me give you an example. In my club last week, there was a speaker who was talking about his experience of blood donation. He gave us such beautiful details, saying he went to the blood bank, he donated his blood, and the process behind it, and he said thank you. While it was a nice story about blood donation, I was left wondering, is he asking me to donate blood as well? Is he asking me to appreciate that he donated blood? Is he asking what was the speech about? Now let's try to elevate the speech to make it a better balance between the story and the lesson. Now, it's not really about the process of donating blood, isn't it? What he's actually trying to convey is you can give of yourself something to the world. Now we are playing with a more powerful message. It's not about blood donation or just giving blood. That blood was an example, an analogy for the audience to realize there is something of yourself that you can offer the world. Now we have elevated the story. Now we're using the story and conveying a message. So now he's saying, friends, my life taught me that blood can save another person. For you, it may be blood. It could be time to your loved one. It could be money to the poor. It could be something for somebody else. But what of yourself are you giving? Now, we also run the risk of overdoing the message without the story. If you take the story a little too high, it may become too philosophical. And the story of blood donation may lose significance. So the first trick in storytelling is finding the right balance between your story and the message or the lesson that comes out of it. Now, the red flag here is that we overweigh one of these sides. Either our story overweighs the message that we're trying to reach the audience, or the message is so significant that the story becomes not that memorable in a week's time. So, great stories, think of world champions, think of TED speeches. Great stories are where you remember an anchor, which is the story. You also remember the takeaway that they're trying to convey. And that balance can be reached by asking yourself, am I really trying to just talk about blood donation? No. What I'm really trying to talk about is telling my audience the pleasure that I got while I gave something of myself to the world. And unless you're able to drill down that why of your speech, stories by itself don't end up conveying impact. When I told you the story about the Baramati marathon, was I really trying to talk about a 60-year-old woman winning a marathon? No. What I'm probably trying to convey is that if she can do it, look at the potential that each one of us have. Now the story takes a deeper significance. You see, pause and ask yourself, what is it you're truly trying to convey? My own 2015 World Championship speech, the first, I had a story called The Scratch. The message that I had conveyed till the division level was that it takes a group of friends to make you feel good. But then when I went to the World Championship, I asked myself, is that really the message that comes out of the story? Then I realized, no, the message is that a scratch only remains as long as you don't want to polish it. And then it kind of clicked. The story and the message clicked. So that's the first mistake that we often do. Either it becomes story heavy, message light, or message heavy, story light. Find that balance where you want to pitch. The second point that that I'm close to is the biggest differentiator when you get to a stage, say division and above, or even outside Toastmasters, is sometimes not the story itself, it's the way you structure the story, isn't it? Think of your favorite Hollywood movie. Your Hollywood movies are very simple stories cut into 100 pieces, jumble it all together, and you're like, wow, what storytelling. The first scene, somebody dies. The second scene, you're taken into flashback. The third scene, you come back to real time. Christopher Nolan. You just taken into a whirlwind, not because the story itself is inherently complicated. It's because the storytelling is very engaging. And that comes basis how you structure sequence of events in your story. Now, when we do our icebreaker in Toastmasters, most of us do it chronologically, isn't it? And chronology is a very interesting structure where you talk about things in order of timeline, in the sequence of how it happened. But when you speak of competitions or true impact, don't just stick to chronology of where things happen. Start by thinking. Another way of structuring a speech, for example, is start with high impact. For example, your own icebreaker speech can be rewritten as 2010 was the year I graduated. I did my post graduation and finished as a gold medalist. I was the first person in my family to have even done a post graduation. I could see my father sitting there with tears in his eyes. 10 years before that, you wouldn't have given me a chance that I could achieve this. So let me take you through my life. I was born in the 1980s. You know, you're anchoring it on one key event in your life, and then you're doing a before after, isn't it? Just another idea out of infinite ways you could structure. Another way you could structure your story is the famous suspended story technique, which is where you start a story but pause it at an uncomfortable point where your audience wants to know more, and then you start another story, and then you close the first story. You find a lot of world champs do that as well. You say, you know, who's that guy? One of the past world champs starts his story by saying, I was out at the altar. My wife and I were looking at each other, and I was asked whether I want to marry her. What did I say? Let me take you back to when I was 7. What the heck did you say? We're eager to know. But he didn't tell us then. He came back to that at the end of his speech and said, here I was again at the altar. I said yes, whatever it is. So you suspend stories to increase that, arouse that emotion in your audience. And I can go on with 15 other such tips. You can come up with your own structure, which need not be on paper at the moment. And you would be a pioneer. You can put your name behind that structure and said, I created this new structure for a storytelling. Remember, organizing your speech content is different. Structure is the way you're storytelling. What's the suspense that you're creating? When do you want to reveal what in your story? See, stories are simple. Sometimes you don't want to reveal your aha moment right at the beginning. You want to keep it, marinate it, let it soak, and then boom, reveal it to your audience. Something as simple as that can make your story create impact. The third tip or trick in storytelling is your balance between we talked about story and message. We talked about story and structure. Let's talk about story and connect with the audience. Now, I remember I was invited back to my alma mater, Chennai Toastmasters Club, a few weeks ago. They were celebrating 750. I joined the club when it was like 15 years ago. So I gave a speech, and I started off by talking about big things. When I became DTM in 2010, my district officer, my past memories. And one of my friends from 15 years ago pinged me on chat and said, Aditya, tell us the story about because she knew that story. She was there with me 15 years ago. She said, tell us the story about what your dad did for you. I said, you still remember that? She said, yes, that I still remember. And so I told them the story. The story is very simple. When I was 19, I joined Toastmasters, and we are from a middle-class family. Okay, but money is precious. Each rupee is precious. So when I joined Toastmasters, the first meeting, I won the best. My first prepared speech, I won the best speaker award. But the day after that, it was my summer vacation in college, and I was going to Delhi, New Delhi, the capital, to spend time with my aunt and uncle. It was my solo trip, my first solo trip. My dad, being a very sweet and kind person, like most dads, said, Aditya, you've never taken a flight in your life, an airplane in your life. So one way to Delhi from Chennai, I used to live in Chennai, one way to Delhi, I will buy you a flight ticket. The other way, you got to come by train. But train takes a day and a half, by the way. So I said, fine. So I said, Dad, the Chennai to Delhi, I'll take a flight. Return, I'll come by train. 2 days later, I heard from my club member that Chennai Toastmasters Club has this habit of reading out the minutes of the meeting, of the previous meeting, in every subsequent meeting. So next Sunday, they would read out that Aditya won the Best Speaker Award in the previous meeting. And when you're 19 years old, that's a big thing. You want to be there when the secretary reads out saying, last week, our young boy Aditya won. But if I take a train from Delhi on Saturday, I would come back to Chennai only Monday morning. So I told my dad, Dad, you know what? I won the Best Speaker award. And if I were to come back to Chennai Saturday night, then Sunday I can go and listen to my name being called out in the minutes of the meeting. Of course, it didn't mean anything to my dad. That's probably the least, the worst way to influence a flight ticket is by saying a secretary is going to read out your names the next day. But one day later, I got a call from my dad and said, you know what, Aditya? I've spent another 5,000 rupees to get a flight ticket for you so that you can come back Saturday night. And Sunday morning, I went to Chennai Toastmasters, sat down, and the secretary read out my name. And I was beaming as a 19-year-old. There was nothing special in that. It was just a little Best Speaker award. But they didn't know behind that smile was 5,000 rupees of a middle class father who wanted to make his son feel special. Now, he is the person that 15 years later, I still remain in Toastmasters, because without that adrenaline, I might have quit. Now I get emotional by telling this story. I see 5 of you applaud my dad. Now, my big story is about when I became DTM, or the problems I solved, or my district officer experience wouldn't have gone out this emotion, isn't it? But the story itself had nothing special. Boss, it was about a flight ticket, which all of us can afford. And 5,000 bucks is probably, what is that? It's $100 or something like that, less than $100. But it's not impact alone that connects with your audience. It's connect. It's that simplicity, emotion that connects with the audience. So that's the third red flag of storytelling. We think that it's big that creates big. It's small that creates big. Don't go search for magnitude, search for intimacy and connect. Just like this example. And that's why in Chennai Toastmasters, when I was telling the story, my good friend Nina said, Aditya, tell us this story. I forgot that this would create much more connect with my audience than I was trying to search for the big to find big. Search for the small to find big. And that's why all world championship winning or TED speeches talk about incidents that can happen in your life, not just incidents of going around the world in 20 days or climbing up the Mount Everest upside down in a bicycle. It doesn't need to be such trendy stuff. All right, so the fourth point is the relationship between story. We talked about story message, story structure, story connect, story and logic. Now, most of us have this wrong idea that logic means data, statistics. Logic means coming up with numbers or proofs. No, logic means, is your story being pitched at a level where you're not alienating anybody in the audience? Is it logically sound? For example, you may give a very passionate speech about how cell phones cause cancer, but somebody in the audience may ask you, but there is no conclusive proof that cell phones cause cancer. Or you may give a speech because you love your mother. You may give a speech that, between mother and father, mother's love is better. I'm just giving you an example. What, somebody else in the audience, their experience says that their father's love has touched them in their lives much more. So there is no right or wrong in certain perspectives. But the moment you're emphatically saying that without a logic that covers your entire audience, you're alienating audiences right in the beginning. So one of the things that you should ask yourself is, what is the biggest logical rebuttal that I can get for my speech? Cell phones cause cancer. The logical rebuttal is, but there is enough proof that cell phones don't cause cancer. So probably my core theme is not cell phone causes cancer. It's about what technology does to your productivity. Now that nobody can question, for example. Now that's more logical. Or what technology, are you being enslaved by technology? Well, that seems to be a little more, that has a little more universal logic than just saying your particular opinion. So a lot of think of some of the speeches that you have listened to in your club, where the instant you hear the speech you realize, that's it doesn't apply to me, or there is logical incoherence here. So when you talk about logos, pathos, and ethos, the logos bit is not just about data, facts, numbers. There needs to be a click for everybody in the audience when they listen to your core message. If it's alienating half of the crowd because you're logically not fully sound, it's just your opinion and not logically right, you run the risk of alienating half of the audience. And I say a yellow, so I'm going to go to my last point. I could go a lot of examples for each of these, but let me jump to my last point. The last point is the relationship between, we saw story message, story structure, story connect, story logic. The last point is story and style, the style in which it's delivered. Now, the red flag here is that a lot of times we try to be someone else. I remember this lady friend of mine, a very, very beautiful human being, Chennai Toastmasters again, a long time ago, 12 years ago. We had just become a recognized district. We were a provisional district before that. We became recognized in 2009. And for the first time, somebody from my club was contesting at the district level. And she was a 45-year-old woman with two kids, very warm, kind person. She was clad in her sari till the division level. She gave an empathetic speech about how her son, her firstborn son, had epileptic seizures, and she had to quit her job to help her son do anything and everything in his life, and how her husband was so supportive. And we were really in tears, and we thought this is the most touching speech that we've heard. Now, she wanted to get mentored for the district level, and we put her in touch with a senior district level winner, somebody from outside India, because at that time we didn't have any champions there. So, and they said, you know what, Toastmasters district contest, you need to have style, charisma. So why don't we work together? So he told her, when you come on stage, have that energy, jump on stage, run around, divide the stage into 3 parts, increase your, and she learned all that. And then we went to the district contest. She didn't get placed first. She didn't get placed second. She didn't get placed third. Remember, the audience perceived her, right or wrong is different. The audience perceived her as a middle-aged auntie who's empathetic, who loves her audience, who loves her kid, who speaks from the heart. That's the archetype, the persona that the audience is seeing her as. But she was trying to be someone she was not. Some jumping around, running around, having some punchlines which take away the empathy. So she lost. Now, the audience have an archetype, persona about you. When you think of Ali Shabazz, you have an archetype of who he is. When you think of Makhlouf, you put him in an archetype, a persona, isn't it? When you think of Khalid, you think of Khalid a certain way. You expect certain things of Khalid. You don't expect the same thing from an Amitabh Bachchan and a Tom Cruise. You have different you formed a picture. So as a speaker, ask yourself, what's the archetype, what's the persona that the audience sees me as? And am I being honest to that style? Or am I trying to be someone I'm not? And there's a big disconnect between what my story is and what they perceive as impact. And the more you are able to stick to your style and then elevate it from there, rather than trying to be someone you're not, your story may be invalidated. So I just want to conclude by saying there are 5 or 6 disconnects that normally happens. 1 is between your story and your message. 2 is between structure. 3rd is connect, not just magnitude. The 4th is your story and the logical click that your audience need to get. And the 5th is story and your personal style of delivering it. And if you elevate each of these, you have a greater probability of your story creating more impact on your audience. So thank you, everybody. I'll give it back to the master of ceremonies. If you do have time for a few minutes of questions, would love to. Otherwise, it was great chatting with all of you.
Thank you so much, TM Aditya. It was really a wonderful session. Thank you so much. The stories and talking about stories are always close to our hearts. So giving us those tips today was really amazing. And thank you so much. I don't know if the audience, anyone have any question, please do write it down on the chat box, and then I will read it to Aditya. Anyone? Or maybe the timer, if the timer says there is time, of course.
I guess we are running out of time for the main event.
Okay, thank you so much, Freddie. And then that's all. Thank you so much, Aditya, again. And let's move on. We have, thank you. So our next session is, the session is that we all are waiting for. And I'm sure the contestants now are already overwhelmed and waiting. But before that, I want to share something so we can all watch it together. Okay.
Biggest bear you've ever seen. His hide littered with the weapons of fallen warriors, his face scarred with one dead eye. I drew my sword and...
One swipe, his sword shattered, then chomp! Dad's leg was clean off. Down the monster's throat it went.
Oh, that's my favourite.
Okay, so this was a glimpse of what we will see today. As I told you at the beginning, as I promised, it's about magic and imagination and characters and colors, etc. So now, before introducing our contest chair for today, I would like to, I don't know why I couldn't see, okay. So I will share, before introducing the contest chair, please allow me to welcome our chief judge for today. By the way, technically I think you know that by now. Okay, so our chief judge is none other than Satish Kumar. Satish Kumar is our Division O director. He is part of CAT or past member of Kuwait Advanced Club. We're so excited to have you with us, Satish, today as our chief judge. And our contest chair is none other than Ram Kumar Nachupalli. Ram, also a part of CAT team and a person full of energy, always full of support for everyone. We're also excited to have you with us, Ram. Ram will take us through this session, and best of luck to you, Ram, and all our contestants. The floor is yours.
Thank you, wonderful Master of Ceremony. What an amazing introduction.
Thank you, Ram.
Warm greetings Festival greetings. What an auspicious day to be here as a contest chair. May I wish you all happy Diwali celebrations. May I wish you to be safe, blessed, and prosperous on this auspicious day. Salamat. Welcome, dignitaries, distinguished Toastmasters, Chief Judge, fellow members, and guests. I'm DTM Nachupalli Ramkumar, your Master of Ceremony today. Are you not excited? The day has come. I sincerely, we are all indeed very, very much grateful to our lovely keynote speaker, DTM Aditya Maheshwari. What a message he has given. No place in the world worth living, appreciating the good, being kind to yourself. I will not go further because of lack of time. The storytelling, the important notes what he has given, relationship, messages, connect, structure your speech, and finally end up with a lovely message. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Without further ado, let us come to the business meeting. The contest. Yes, it's time now for the storytelling contest to listen to their hearts, their beats. All the contestants have certified that they have met the eligibility criteria. They are the paid members in good standing order of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. I once again welcome you all to the wonderful, exciting, entertaining storytelling contest of all the finalists today. All contestants have been briefed about the rules and timings of the contest. The virtual meeting rules have been briefed by the moderator, the dynamic distinguished Toastmaster, Double DTM, Fatma Abdul. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate. The time allotted is 7 to 9 minutes. There will be a grace period of 30 seconds. Speakers speaking for less than 6 minutes, 30 seconds, or more than 9 minutes, 30 seconds will be disqualified. I repeat, speakers speaking for less than 6 minutes, 30 seconds, or more than 9 minutes, 30 seconds will be disqualified. As already explained by the timer, the green card will be displayed at 7 minutes and will remain displayed for 1 minute. The yellow card will be displayed at 8 minutes and will remain displayed for 1 minute. And Toastmaster Freddy, the timer, will display the red card and will be displayed at 9 minutes and will remain displayed until the speech has concluded. No signal will be given for the overtime period. There will be 1 minute interval between speeches for the judges to mark their ballots. The speaking order of the contestants has been determined and the speaking area has been defined by the speakers themselves, as it is virtual final storytelling contest today. May I request to note the speaking order? Speaker number 1, Rohena Tanveer. Rohena Tanveer, speaker number 1. Speaker number 2, Arij Jafar. Arij Jafar, speaker number 2. Speaker number 3, Ola Rashid. Ola Rashid, speaker number 3. Speaker number 4, Asma. Asma, speaker number 4. Speaker number 5, The final speaker would be John Joseph. John Joseph, speaker number 5. I'm sure that it was clear to all. Any questions? Moderator, do you see any questions? Can I go ahead, Chief Judge?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you. Please, let us give a round of applause, big round of applause to these 5 contestants virtually, physically, audio, video, whatever the way you want. Use the chat message to welcome these wonderful finalists today. Before I hand over to the Master of Ceremony, DTM Abir, for the remaining part of today's contest, let me start with first contestant. Please help me welcome Rohena Tanveer. Moderator, timer, please ensure that speaker is pinned to timing.
Yes, Rohina, please pin the timer.
May I request contestant number 1, Rohena Tanveer, to pin the timer.
Rohena, did you get the timer pinned?
Yes, I did.
Okay, wonderful. Good luck.
Thank you.
The speech title today for the first speaker, Rohena Tanveer, is Rick or Tick Tick. Rick or Tick Tick. Rohena Tanveer. The stage is yours, ma'am. Please help me welcome Rohena Tanveer. All the best.
Good evening to all of you. I am going to tell you a lovely story. Once upon a time, there lived an old woman at the bottom of a hill. Her daughter Tia lived at the top of the hill with her husband and children. Tia had a lovely, huge garden full of vegetables and fruits she grew. Tia loved cooking delicious food and delicious drinks too she made. One day, Tia invited her mama to come home and have lunch with her. Mama was so excited. Mama set out with her cane. A-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick, here I come on my walking stick. Mama did not want to take the paved road, that is the long road. So she opted for the shortcut through the woods. Say after me, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick, here I come with my walking stick. Say after me, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick, here I come with my walking stick. Ow! She saw something which had huge ears, a long nose and big teeth. Hey, old lady, where do you think you are going? I'm going to have you for my lunch today. Oh, Mr. Wolfie, you scared me. I'm off to my daughter Tia's house. I'm going to have lunch with her. She has prepared delicious food to eat and delicious drinks for me to drink. When I come back, I will be all plump and healthy for you to eat me. Is that so? Okay, off you go. Ooh! And off she went again. Say after me, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick. Here I come on my walking stick. A-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick. Arika! Oh, what is that? And from behind the tree came a big bear with glistening eyes and teeth so big that good enough to eat Mama. I am going to eat you today. Oh, Mr. Bear, you scared me. Please, let me go. I have to go and see my daughter Tia. She stays on top of this hill. And I am going to have delicious food to eat and delicious drinks to drink. When I am back, I'll be healthy and plump. Then you can eat me. Okay, I'm going to be waiting for you right over here. Thank you, and bye-bye, Mr. Bear. Off she went again, a little quickly this time. Arika-tika-tik, arika-tika-tik, here I come on my walking stick. Arika-tika-tik, arika-tika-tik, here I come on my walking stick. And suddenly behind the leaves, she saw something striped with huge whiskers and big teeth again. And out it came and sprang. I'm going to eat you. No, Mr. Tiger, you really scared me for a minute there. I am off to my daughter's house and she has prepared delicious food for me to eat and delicious drinks too. Let me get back and then you can have me. Okay, off you go. I am going to be waiting for you right over here. And off she went again, quickly and faster this time. Come on, say it with me. Arika-tika-tik, arika-tika-tik. Here I come on my walking stick. Arika-tika-tik, arika-tika-tik. Here I come on my walking stick. And then finally she arrived at Tia's home. Tia had laid out lovely, delicious food for her. There was loaves of bread with thyme and butter sprinkled on them. She had also prepared sautéed vegetable with a lamb steak to go with it, and grilled and glazed chicken with fresh garden vegetable salad. And of course, her favorite, Mama's favorite, pumpkin soup. And also delicious fresh lemonade. And to go with that, fresh strawberry margaritas. Mama had a good time eating everything and she enjoyed and had her fill. But Mama had to return back before sunset. As she was picking up her stick, she remembered those 3 wild creatures waiting for her. So she told Tia the whole story. Tia had an idea. Tia said, I have this huge big pumpkin from which I made the soup. She scooped out the remaining things from the pumpkin, the entire pulp, and put Mama into the pumpkin and also her lovely stick. And then she put the lid on, sealed it with tape, pushed the pumpkin to the door and outside to the edge of the hill, and then slowly wanted to roll it down, but remembered Mama needed to breathe. So she made 3 holes into the pumpkin and rolled the pumpkin down the hill. And Mama went rolling and rolling and rolling till she hit Mr. Tiger. And he looked at it suspiciously, but did not go near it. And Mama looked through the holes and said, bye-bye, Mr. Tiger. And off it went, rolling and rolling and rolling till she came to the Mr. Bear. And Mr. Bear thought this was a big football. He just pushed it with his foot and it went rolling and rolling as Mama said, bye-bye, Mr. Berry. And it went rolling and rolling and rolling till it hit Mr. Wolfie. Mr. Wolfie used his claw and caught onto it. And then he removed the lid and out came Mama with the stick. Now that's for you, you big bad wolfie. Take that. Oh, 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 it said, and it ran away. And Mama put herself back into the pumpkin, brought the lid down, and further pushed it with her leg, and it went rolling and rolling and rolling till it reached the bottom of the hill. Mama pushed the lid out, and she came out. And then she took her stick and stepped out and said, "Ha! See how I outwitted all those three poor creatures." And then happily she walked home. A-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick. Here I go home with my walking stick. A-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick. Here I go home with my walking stick. Open, unmute and say, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick, a-rick-a-tick-a-tick. Here I go home with my walking stick. Back to you, Contest Chair.
Thank you. Please give a round of applause to wonderful speaker Rohena Tanveer. Thank you. Thank you, Rohena Tanveer. Rick-a-tick-a-tick, rick-a-tick-tick. Thank you. Echoing. Appreciate. Let us have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Moderator. Thank you. Toastmaster Freddy, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful job, Toastmaster Freddy. We have another dynamic cat. Are you not excited? Yes, isn't it? Sandy is already excited. I'm sure, me too. And Rohena too. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Arij Jaffer, the second contestant, the finalist today. Arij Jaffer. Timer, please, can you, moderator, please help me pin the timer, please. Thank you. Please confirm timer and moderator.
Timer is on. Contest Chair, timer is on.
Yes, he is spotlighted.
Moderator, thank you. Chief Judge, can I proceed?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Arij Jaffer.
The time did not start yet.
Arij
I think
Jaffer.
the time is on.
Yes, Arij, yes, please.
Can you check the time? Okay. Okay, just checking. Thank you, Freddy.
Moderator, can you please confirm?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Second finalist of CAT, Arij Jaffer. Her speech title is Maroshka. Maroshka, Arij Jaffer.
Hello, everyone. Would you like to have some food with me? 1 second. Let me put some salt. Oh, I'm really sorry. This was too much, I think. Please forgive me. I promise I will never waste any salt anymore. Contest share, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Once upon a time, far, far away in Russia, there was a kingdom. And in this kingdom lived King Arthur with his sweet 3 daughters. He was a fair, ordinary man, sometimes wise and sometimes foolish. But most importantly, he loved his daughters so much. All his daughters was so smart and pretty. The eldest used to wake up every morning to open her closet, and there she had tons of golden jewelries, and all her room was made of gold, even her bed. His second daughter, she had a huge collection of rare stones and diamonds with all different shapes and colors. And she made sure every morning to make them all clean and neat. His third daughters, the young Maroshka, she loved to sing and dance in the kitchen because she loved to cook and taste the food. She knows the perfect amount of salt to be added in each dish perfectly. Mwah! One day, King Arthur wanted to know how much his daughters loved him. So, after dinner, he asked them the question, "My lovely sweet daughters, I want to know how much each one of you love me." The eldest said, "Father, I love you more than all the gold in this earth." King Arthur was so happy that she loved him more than gold. The second daughter said, "My dear father, I love you more than all the stones and the diamonds in this earth." And of course, King Arthur was so amazed that she was compared with such a precious things. He was waiting to hear the sweet voice of Maroshka with her sweet words, and she said, "My dear father, if you just know how much I love you. I love you more than all the salt in this earth." Salt? Did you say salt? How dare you compare me with salt? King Arthur was so upset and angry. How she could compare him with such a common and cheap thing like salt. "Maroshka, I am so disappointed at you. But father, salt is very important." "Say no more. You are not my daughter anymore. Leave my kingdom right now, and I don't want to hear your voice or see your face ever again." Maroshka, she left the kingdom, heading to the forest. She had no one. She sat by a tree, crying and crying. And hours later, she heard a voice of an old lady. My dear Maroshka, don't cry. Come with me to my house. How do you know my name? Do I know you? No, my dear, you don't know me, but I know you very well, and I was waiting for you. Maroshka went with the old lady and stayed there at her house, very happy, forget and never mentioned her father again. Meanwhile, people start noticing that the salt started to disappear from the kingdom. They reached to a point that they have not even one drop of salt. King Arthur fell ill, and he became weaker and sicker. They didn't know what to do with him, and they knew that he only needed some salt to survive. No one knew that salt is important for life until then. At that time, the old lady went to Maroshka and told her, my dear Maroshka, it's time for you to go back to your kingdom. But my father don't want me to go there anymore. Listen to me and trust me. Here, take this flower with you. What an amazing flower! It's so salty. You can see, Maroshka, all those trees and flowers and all leaves made of salt. And it's all yours because you know the value of salt. So take it and go back to your father. She was so happy and excited. She ran and ran. And when she reached the kingdom, she was shocked to see that all people thrown on the floor, dead. They were all sick. She ran to the palace and reached to her father's room where he was sleeping on the bed close to death. She sat next to him. Dear father, please don't die. And she put the flower next to his cheek. The salt started to drip off the flower to his face. He opened his eyes and started to get strength. And he said, Ay, Baroshka, forgive me. I was so wrong about you and about salt. My father, of course I will forgive you. I love you. And from that moment, King Arthur never looked down at salt. And they knew how important salt for life. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about Maroshka's love to her dad? Do you think that food will not taste good if it doesn't have salt? Don't you think that salt is the cure for everything in life? Let's try. Back to you.
Thank you. Please give a round of applause to our moderator. Let us have 1 minute silence for our judges to mark their ballots. 1 minute silence. Thank you. Thank you. Please put your hands together to welcome our third final contestant, finalist, Ola Rashid. Ola Rashid.
Excuse me, did we start?
No, not it.
Okay.
Timer. Please, can you check with the contestant, pin the timer?
Yeah, would you stop
Thank
sharing
you.
the screen so I can share with the pen timer?
Thank you.
Yes, Freddie, right? Okay.
Ola Rashid. Speech title is Jibna White Like the Cheese. Jibna White Like the Cheese. Ola Rashid. The floor is yours. Thank you.
You guys take care. This dress is so expensive. Hello, everyone. I'm pretty sure you are asking this wedding for whom? It's for Jbeni. But who is Jbeni? Countess Chair, ladies and gentlemen. Once upon a time, in one of the villages in Palestine, there was a woman. Her name is Khadija. Khadija has been married for many years, but God did not gift her with a boy or a girl. And she was wishing that will happen one day. In one breezy fine morning, she went out to water the flowers in front of her house, and she heard, "Cheese, cheese, the finest cheese in Palestine. Come and taste and you will never regret. Cheese, cheese." Now the weakness point for Khadija is cheese. She ran toward the carriage and she saw these big blocks, white, yummy, tasty cheese. She took one. God, I wish that one day you will give me a girl, beautiful, white, like this cheese. The doors of the heavens of that day were open. And after 9 months, Khadija got a girl, beautiful, white, like a cheese. And she named her Jbeni. That means she named her cheese. She was the apple of her eyes. Whatever Jbeni wanted, the only thing that she has to do is to utter that word from her mouth. And the years passed, and Jbeni grew up to be the most beautiful girl in the village, where she turned to a beautiful girl that all the girls of the village will feel jealous from her, and all the men wanted to marry her. One day the girls of the village visited Jbeni. Jbeni, would you like to come with us to the woods to pick juicy oranges? I wish to, but you have to ask my mom. So the girls went to her mom. Auntie, would you allow Jbeni to come with us to pick juicy oranges from the woods? Well, the girls, I don't know. You have to go and ask her father. Uncle, would you allow Jbeni to come with us to pick oranges around the woods? I don't know, girls. You have to ask her grandfather. Now let me tell you something. I am a Palestinian. Have never needed to go through all these circle permissions to do or go somewhere. Thank God. Her grandfather gave the permission. I do believe because there was no more family members. Otherwise, this circle would never end. Spania was so excited. Her mom handed her the basket and she went to the woods with the girls. But before that, girls, please take care of Spania. Promise me, she's like your sister. Don't worry, Auntie. She will be in our eyes. And that's it. They went to the woods. They started to walk and walk till they reached to the tallest orange tree. Oh my God! I will never climb this tree, one of the girls said, and all the girls agreed with her. But Ishbani, she has that sense of adventure inside her. I will climb the tree, but you promise me that you will put in the basket good oranges. Don't worry, Ishbani, we will do that. And Ishbani climbed the tree and started to pick up the oranges and give it to the girls, till no orange left on the tree in her reach. Girls, where did they go? They left me. And she was so scared. She didn't know how to go back to her home. So she took this tree as a shelter for her. The next day there was a passing by woman, and she saw the basket full of frogs and rotten oranges. When she looked up, she saw Spani, and she called her to go down. Finally, there is someone who will help me. You poor girl, what you are doing here? And Ishbani told her the story, how the girls took her to the woods, and they forgot about her, although they promised her mom that they would take care of her. That woman was a maid working in the palace of the prince. She thought, I can take her with me to help me in the housework, and then I'll take her back to her home. And Ishbani, the scared Ishbani, desperately agreed and promised that she will not say any word who is she and why she came with the maid. When they went to the palace, she was fascinated with that palace, and the maid let her to take care of the sheep and the cows. Spinny didn't do that before, but she agreed. Days passed and weeks passed, and still the maid didn't take her back. And the prince noticed that the sheep and the cows, they are starting to lose weight, actually become thinner than him. So he decided that he will go after Ishbani to see what's the problem. And he saw, as soon as Ishbani reached to the green part, she sat on a rock. يا طيور العالية فوق جبال العالية قولوا لأمي وأبوي إنه جبالي صاحية. All the parrots flying over the tall mountains, go and tell my parents that I'm still alive. And as soon as she stopped crying, stopped singing, all the tears fall in her face. Sheep and cows stopped eating and start to cry with her. The prince told her, went out and asked, what's your problem, Ishbani? Why you are crying? And she told him the story, how she was promised from the girls, and she was promised from the maid and no one of them they did or work on their promise. But she worked on her own promise, and she didn't say a word. And the prince loved her because of her honesty. And this is how Ishbeni and the prince got married. Countess stared.
Thank you. Please let us have a round of applause. May I request the moderator, can we have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots? Timer. Thank you. Thank you. Please put your hands together to welcome our fourth contestant. Asma Alanezi. Asma, can you please confirm, did you pin the timer? Fourth contestant, Asma.
Yes. Toastmaster Asma, your video is not working. Yes, it works now. Okay. Best of luck.
Can you hear me?
You're loud and clear. Yeah, little bit. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Chief Judge, can we proceed?
Yes, you can proceed.
Asma Alanezi. Her speech title is The Mysterious Zanif Al-Tawal. The Mysterious Zanif Al-Tawal, Asma Alanezi. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Shall I start? Shall I start now?
Yes, please.
Yeah. The mysterious Zarif Abdul. Long ago, in a town in Palestine, there dwelt a man. Nothing like this man had ever been seen on earth. He was quite handsome, tall, muscular, and forever young. He never aged, judging by the ebony black of his mustache that grew thick and long enough to hide his chin. He wore a black and white fishnet pattern headdress, gray robe with long sleeves, black baggy trousers tied with a cord at the waist, and black shoes. His olive eyes were light, bright, and sparkling, and his nose was long. He was something of a mystery to the villagers, as nobody even knew his name. But they called him the chief judge, dear of fellow Toastmasters and guests. There was something quite peculiar about Zarif. He had the vision of an eagle. His penetrating eyes saw far across the horizon. Perhaps it was the power of his endurance, or perhaps it was his unassailable integrity. He took a stand for what he believed is right. He had many admirers among the people, especially young girls. Admiration glowed even in their mothers' faces when they watched Zarif Attul walk by and dreamed of their daughters getting married to him. But Zarif noticed nothing, because love of Palestine occupied every part of his heart and mind. One night, Zarif was in his way home, carrying a bundle of food in his strong arms. He heard the cry of an eagle. This was indeed, he should investigate. Peeping through the apple trees where our story starts, he saw there was a group of strange people. His curious eyes followed them for a few minutes, and then he tried to go. But suddenly, he heard them cry out, and he looked back and saw that they were armed. It seemed they were preparing to attack the town. Zarif Attul did not hesitate. He ran along the pathways he knew so well, hoping to bring some men to defend his town with him. Zarif and his men confronted the villains and demanded they leave their town immediately. As it was 30 against 15, the villains just laughed at them. The enemies were confident they could easily win. But this is not the way things turned out. The scoundrels were no match for Zarif, running as fast as their legs could carry them. Zarif and his companion laughed, mocking the invaders. When they arrived back in the town, everybody gathered around to hear what had happened. Zarif told them about the enemy attack, and there was a great joy that the town was safe. But Zarif was so worried. He knew the enemy would return, and he had to be ready. He journeyed for 4 days, and he reached home on the 5th night. And in his muscular arms, he was holding 5 rifles. He found the strongest men in the town and distributed the rifles among them. A week later, the enemy returned. This time, they were better prepared. But again, they were no match for Zarif and his men. In the town, people were overjoyed again. And many women decided to sell their jewelry and gold to buy more rifles. Before too long, the enemy began to trickle down the road again. With very careful preparation, again a big battle broke out in the rebel farm, and the scent of fruit, blood, and the smoke all mixed together. But thank God, Zarif and his men won again. When Zarif's companions came back home, celebrating their great victory, they cried, "Where's Zarif?" And what was said by one voice was repeated by all the rest, till 50 voices were all crying out at the same time, "Where is Zarif? Zarif! Zarif! Where is he?" Great consternation prevailed. A great search was made, but no Zarif was to be found, neither living nor dead. Great sorrow fell upon everyone, for they feared Zarif would never return. 5 years passed with no sign of him. And rumors continued to fly thick among the people. Ibrahim the Barber swore he saw him fight with Izzuddin al-Qassam in Ya'bud, while Jihad, the widow's one son, saw him in Al-Hinaydi, in Yafa. But the truth is, Zarif al-Tuli has become an example that defines every Palestinian that has tried to defend his country and those who are forced to leave their country or their homeland. The Zarif al-Tuli story has been turned into touching and heartfelt songs that depict all life of Palestinian in all its beauty and pain. I ask Allah to be with them in their moments of joy and in their moments of sorrow, till the day there shall be no danger in their homeland. Back to you, Chief Contest. Thank you.
Thank you, Asma Al-Nazi. Please let us give a round of applause. Timer, can I have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots? Thank you.
Contest Chair, the minute is up.
Thank you. Thank you, timer and moderator. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome final contestant, John Joseph. John Joseph. His speech title is The Giant Tree and the Dragon. The Giant Tree and the Dragon. John Joseph. The stage is yours. Thank you.
You are muted.
Start again. Contest chair, chief judge, judges, and dear friends. There lived once upon a time a very strong king, noble, humble, and wealthy. And he had a beautiful daughter. The king wanted to get the prince married. Don't forget that the king had a beautiful garden in his place, full of flowers. And there was a huge tree in front of the garden. Once the storm came, blew the garden, and the giant tree almost fell down. Instead of falling down, the giant tree took the princess and went off. The king was very sad. He was missing his princess, his daughter. The king announced everywhere, the daughter is missing. The daughter is taken by the giant tree. And he had a shepherd, one young John. This young John was very courageous. And while he was shepherding the flock, he heard this announcement. Meanwhile, many young men tried to save this princess. They tried, they all fell down, broke their arms, both their legs. Many died too. Meanwhile, John came and told the king, that I can save the princess. The king told John, this is not a job. If you fail, you will die. Otherwise, I will kill you for the insolence. John decided and came to the tree. John used the axe. He climbed the tree like a cat. John went on top of the tree, where he found beautiful gardens and leaves. He found a giant leaf over there. He went down smoothly on the clean leaf, and he found the same like below the basement, beautiful garden there. John was very happy to see that. By the time princess came, the princess asked, John, why are you here? If the dragon sees you, he will catch you and he will kill you. So the princess hid John under a basket and waited for the dragon. Meanwhile, the dragon came home. Giant tree was already there. The dragon asked the princess, I smell something very strange here. What is this? Somebody here? Princess with a very sad face, princess told, darling, our John is here. He is there. He wanted a job here. The dragon took Prince John and went to the stable. The dragon gave John a job of feeding the horses. John was very happy. He found one small horse in the corner, which was not fed at all, which was very thin. And he asked that small horse, "Why are you so thin? Why the king is not feeding you?" Then the horse told John, "I know why you are here. I know the secret, your intention, why you are here." Then the horse told John, "I will tell you a secret where you can save the princess." The horse told John, "Go to the king's room, where you will find a golden coat and a golden saddle." Meanwhile, princess had arranged for the king certain very dramatic events over there. The princess gave wine to the king, and the king drank one for his health, one for princess' health, one for John's health, and one for everyone's health. And finally, the king was drunk and he was flat over there. John came slowly inside. John went to the room of the king and took the golden saddle and the golden coat. He came back. He told the horse told, "Bring some coal." The fire was given to the horse, and horse ate all those hot coals. He ate more and more, and the horse became a golden stallion. John told, what can I do now?" The horse told, "Sit on me. We will find out what is secret." Meanwhile, the princess found out what is the secret of king's health. Princess told John, "When you go, you will find a silver bear. Cut it into 2 pieces. When you cut it open, you will find a rabbit. You cut the rabbit into 2 pieces, and you will find a box with the 9 wasps. Kill all the 9 wasps and come back. By the time, king will lose all his strength." So John goes on his golden horse to the riverside. There he finds a silver bear. The horse told, "John, be courage, cut into pieces." John took his sword and cut the silver bear into 2 pieces. Then he told, "Cut the rabbit jumping out of the hole." The silver bear. John cut the rabbit too. All the back. Meanwhile, the king there in the palace lost all his strength. It was very difficult. The horse told, "Tell the princess to sit on the horse." John told the princess, "Come on, jump the horse." And to the king. The king was very happy, and king gave a big banquet for all the people and made John the king of that place. Thereafter, they lived very, very happily. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a quote by Neil Gaiman, says, "Fairy tales are true. It is not because there are dragons, but there are ways to beat dragons." When I heard this story and this quote, I connected with that. As Toastmasters, we have a lot of dragons inside us. We can kill those dragons easily without everything. We need to be like John, brave, courageous like John. Take the tips and secrets like the horse gave through our workshops and trainings, and we all can win What we need to be brave and courageous and become kings of speeches. Over to you, contest chair.
Thank you. Let us give a virtual round of applause for the final contestants. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, can we have timer 1 minute, 2 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots? Timer, 2 minute silence. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Freddie, for the wonderful, amazing job. Thank you so much. Once again, let us give a round of applause to all the contestants who participated diligently in the storytelling. Final contestant as a finalist. Please, virtual applause, please, everyone, everyone. Before I hand over to Master of Ceremony for the remaining part, I would request all the contestants, please switch on the video for a group photo. And I also request our dynamic, immediate past CGD, Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster, VP Education, to share the screen for all participant certificates. DTM Alka Kumra. May I request all the contestants to come forward for the group photo. Moderator, please, can you help me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. Since the virtual certificate have been shared already, without further ado, it's time now to hand over to a wonderful MC, GTM Abir Nohebi. Please, the stage is yours. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, DTM Ram, for an amazing session. And thank you for all the contestants. Really amazing stories, very entertaining, very enriching. Good luck to all of you. Now I would like to again share my
Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster Club in all those things, and they take already they in the leadership role in the Toastmaster as far as concerned, but we like to see more and more, and that fragrance should be spread all over the Toastmaster fraternity in Kuwait, even District 20. And proud of Kuwait Toastmaster Club. I was observed the semi-final and two-day final. It's very difficult task for the judges to differentiate who is the champion, who is the. As per me, it is all a champion. As because as an ice cream lover, if I offer which flavor I want to take, I like to take one scoop, vanilla, strawberry, butterscotch, chocolate, all, or coffee. It's difficult task. So let the judges decide that. Coming to the stories telling, I like to thank them, congratulate Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster Club, as because I personally feel the story, each story has a very strong message. And nowadays, we are most of the time spend our life in computer or some mobiles, but story has no boundary, no geographical boundary. It is spread all over. Whatever story today contestant they have told, some of story, most of the story we know. We have to, everybody will learn Arabian Nights or Aladdin's, Aesop's, story of Aesop's, Panchatantra, and they have a strong message. For today's society, we need this kind of stories. What would be the result? It will give the moral values. What is exactly today's society or world want? I don't linger my speech on many more as because all other dignitaries are there. So I only expect CAT coming one step forward, and they are this innovative step. They should spread all over the districts, and this kind of program we are expect in future. With this, I like to congratulate Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters. Hope them long journey and auspicious occasion of Festival of Light. I like to wish all of you good health, happiness, prosperity, and remove darkness from your life and the society world. Thank you. Over to
Thank you
MC.
so much. Thank you for the lovely words, Remnoy. And now I would like to hand it over for our amazing president, DTM, Dr. Muhammad Makhlouf, in order to show us or to take the next session, which is the celebrations, the 12th anniversary celebration, and the vote of thanks. So, Dr. Muhammad, to you.
Thank you, lovely MC. Thank you for the amazing job. Well done. I was amazed by the 5 speeches, still in the mood of Aladdin, the stories. Even I don't want to speak more because results is not yet declared. Anyway, are we ready for the celebration of 12 years in Toastmasters? Kuwait Advanced, ready? Past, present members, chartered members, past presidents, are we ready to celebrate? We are ready. Big round of applause for all of you being there for us in the 12th anniversary of Kuwait Toastmasters. I will not take over this part. I will give it to past president of our club, past club growth director of District 20, and our current vice president of education. She will do the celebration, and I love to celebrate with all of you. Please, with a big round of applause, help me welcome the Madame of Toastmasters, DTM Alka Kumra.
Thank you, President DTM Dr. Makhlouf. Good evening, my fellow
Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters and Toastmasters from other clubs, dignitaries, and guests. Welcome to our celebrations, our 12th club anniversary. And we are happy that we had our flagship annual storytelling event and listen to those wonderful speeches. Yes, let's wait for the results. In the meanwhile, may we have the cake, please? Woohoo! So, President, ExCom members, cake together! Yay!
I
Please
made it
open
with
the
my
videos,
bare
open
hands.
the mics.
I baked the cake with my bare hands.
Let's all
Yes.
open our cameras so that we can have a great picture with the cake.
Yay!
Yay! Can someone who is taking the picture, please?
I think Dr. Fatma.
Okay, I'm taking one picture, but because you are spotlighted, so
Abir, can you take it?
I am taking one.
From the link?
Okay.
No. Anyone took it already?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
great.
I will
Dr.
take
Fatma,
one
take it.
also. Okay.
Okay, great.
Thank you, guys.
And now I would like to take you through our journey that we have had from the horse's mouths. Some of our past presidents are winners, previous winners of storytelling events. You will hear from them. Let us see this short video to understand what we have been going through and enjoying through CAT, Toastmasters, with Advanced Toastmasters.
I was a member in CAT for about 4 years, from end of 2014. And I was also the president of the club in the Toastmaster year 2016-17. We had around 22 members, and each one of them was a legend and a stalwart. I used to learn from every interaction with each member, and I'm very proud to say that my journey in CAT has had a very profound impact in my personal and work life. So make use of the time you are in CAT and wish you all the best.
This is Raj Parakal. I've been asked to share my thoughts of being a CAT member. I have real good memories, nostalgic memories of attending CAT meetings. One of the things I really liked at CAT was the evaluation format. Instead of a single evaluator evaluating a speech, you would have every member of the club, whoever is attending the meeting, give you critical evaluation. It helps you as a speaker. You get feedback from varied sources, and you could improve your speech. Coming to the storytelling, what I realized, for me especially, it helped me see a different version of me. I never knew that I could do storytelling the way I started telling when I attended the storytelling contest. So I would encourage all members to continue to attend CAT as well as take part in the storytelling contest. Wishing you
all the beautiful members of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. The storytelling competition of CAT is the flagship event not only of this club but for the entire District 20. This is something unique this club has been doing over the past 3 to 4 years. Each year we have so many different Toastmasters coming up with either a folk tale or bringing history to life or any other story, and all of them are so amazing. I was lucky to be the winner for the second year, where the woodpecker went tick, 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 tick. Let's see this year who raises the cup. To all the ExCom and the members of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club, you guys are doing an amazing job. Keep doing this year after year with the same enthusiasm and passion. I wish the participants of the storytelling competition Good luck. May the best win.
This is Sadiq with a new look. Hope you guys are doing fine. Great. It's been long, I think almost 8-9 months. We didn't meet in person due to the pandemic. I am so happy to be part of this anniversary or celebration of CAT, which is a unique club in Kuwait. And we had a great leaders, great team. We really had a fun. We had a dinner. We had a lot of parties. We are missing all these days. I'm sure we are going to meet again in 2021. We will continue to have a fun, and we miss all the leaders who has been pillar for CAT. Wish you all the best.
To my awesome CAT family, happy 12th anniversary. Thanks for the happy and remarkable memories. Buildings and monuments crumble. Pictures fade, but memories endure and live on. I am happy to know that CAT is better now than when I left it, and that's the way how it should be. Thank you for keeping the torch lighted and burning. As always, I wish all of you love, joy, and peace. Greetings from Toronto.
Dear CAT members, in 2013, I joined CAT, and I was elected to be the president in that year. I was an area governor back then. Members in CAT were the division governor, Bobby Hoxett, John Joseph, all area governor, and most senior member. It was, for me, a golden year. But CAT has a legacy moving forward every year. In 2016, the storytelling contest started. And every year, CAT is proving to Toastmasters members community in Kuwait that they are the leaders. Wish you the best, and I'm proud to be part of this special advanced club.
Congratulations to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club on its 12th anniversary. In early 2015, when I joined this club, immediately after coming to Kuwait, I was looking for that feedback, that evaluation that would help me improve. And I came to know this was the only club in Kuwait that was offering 360-degree evaluation from experienced, illustrious senior Toastmasters of Kuwait. That is why this club is very close to my heart. Because this is the club that has contributed the most to my development in communication as well as leadership journey. A few months later, when I became VP Education of the club as part of XCOM, we discussed we should have a flagship event for the club, and we zoned in on storytelling contest. This is the 5th consecutive year that we are running this contest, and I'm proud to say that all the contestants, all our members, give quality speeches year after year. I wish the club all success.
Happy anniversary, Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. I am honored to be the current president of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club, which was chartered in 2008, and for more than 10 years, it was the only Advanced Toastmasters Club in Kuwait. Our goal this year, first, is to keep the legacy of our leaders and chartered members, where they put a great legacy during the past years. And also, our responsibility towards the Toastmasters community in Kuwait is to make every member enjoy their journey in Toastmasters by offering them educational session and the best practiced Toastmasters meeting. And I hope with all the support of our members to achieve these goals. Happy anniversary again, Kuwait Toastmasters.
Thank you. Thank you, our wonderful moderator, for that video. Let me give due credit for this video goes to our VPPR, DTM Arid Jafar.
Alka, I'm not in the video. I wish to speak for a minute. I'm not in the video because I didn't do the video purposely, because since I was contesting.
Yes, yes, John.
I wish
I know that. Coming to you. Wait. So yes, now our next thing on the agenda is to have a few of our charter members and past presidents say a few words. So first, I would like to invite our charter members. Who are the charter members present here today? I think DTM Anil Lobo is there, one of them.
Yes.
Yes. Who else? Is there anyone else?
John.
AJ.
DTM Anil Lobo, can we hear from you? I think he's disconnected.
Yes. Huh? Hi, guys. How are you?
Great.
Yeah. Hi, guys. It's me, Anil Lobo here. It's a pleasure seeing a lot of the members, especially new members coming in, taking up roles and doing quite a great job. In fact, I was quite thrilled to listen to the 5 wonderful CAT members giving us entertaining speeches. I've seen this club from the time it started with the vision and the mission to have an advanced Toastmaster club where we can build leaders and good communicators. And we have reached a pinnacle of success right now. And I look forward to future members achieving even higher goals. Wishing everyone all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Anil Lobo. And yes, DTM John Joseph, you wanted to say something? We would like to hear from you.
This is John. I was also with Anil, DTM Don Fridays, all these great people. I was very fortunate enough to be with them. I don't know whether I was nowhere during those days. I just finished my CC. But I'm happy I was a charter member of this. I grew a lot. I could. Though you don't see much of growth in me, but inside I know how much I have developed in my communications. It was a fantastic as Babiraj mentioned, the evaluation. And for the first time, I am happy to say that I could beat the dragon of fear of storytelling this year. I've never attempted this storytelling in my life. I am not a storyteller. So I'm happy that I participated with all my courage. I found a story in the morning and I delivered it in the afternoon. It was fun. There are a lot of props there. Many of the things I didn't use even. I'm glad to be there. And I'm very, very happy that there are a lot of very, very strong leaders today in CAT and in Toastmasters. Very proud of CAT, very proud of the ExCom, the leaders, very proud of you, all of you. Congratulations, all the best. I wish to be a part of the CAT wherever I am. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM John Joseph. We also have some past presidents. We have Santosh is there. Yes. We heard
Wafa, Santosh, you, Ola.
Yes, we heard from Santosh and me.
Rohaina was past president, not me.
Yes, Rohaina, of course.
Yes, we heard from Santosh and myself in the video, but we would like to hear from Santosh once again because we haven't seen him for a long time. Santosh, can you please say a few words?
Good evening, everybody. It is, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak in this momentous event of CAT. Actually, it takes me back to those memories when we mooted this idea of this flagship event in one of the normal meeting, and today we have celebrated 5 contests. It's a great feeling inside, and I think having Satish as the judge today is the icing on the cake, because he was one of the guys who really nailed it on the storytelling concept. So that's the great icing on the cake today. So I'm really thankful for all of you, and great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Santosh. Yes, it's a nostalgic moment because Satish was part of the XCOM when we decided on this, and it was actually his idea to one of the ideas which we finalized as the flagship event. Santosh was the president that year, and I was the VP Education, which I am again in the same position. I haven't been promoted. I'm in the same position for the last 5 years.
Correct.
So we have next president as DTM Wafa. We would like to hear a few words from you.
Thank you, DTM Alka. Good evening, fellow CAT members, president and dignitaries in the House, and all valuable members. It's my pleasure to be in CAT. I remember those when you said nostalgic. It is a nostalgic moment. I remember how I joined CAT. We were in the training at Australian College of Kuwait, division training, and John Joseph was a trainer, and we were doing team building, and we were doing something crazy. And then he said, Wafa, did you finish your CC and CL? I said, yes, this is my last speech. He said, you have to go to CAT. And then I went. In the first meeting, I joined, and then I've been elected as a president. The good thing that in that year, we were an XCOM, division XCOM, I&O, under John and Bobby, all the area directors, all the division directors. It was a real XCOM meeting. And I enjoyed the storytelling, which is in the first season I was competing. Member CAT, stay as you are, lead as you are, and shine the path for others to follow. I'm proud to be part of CAT. Back to you, Alka.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we also have Ola.
Immediate past.
DTM Ola as the one of the presidents.
Thank you so much, dear Alka. Good evening, everyone. When I joined CATS, for me, I was the youngest, not by age, but the youngest by the years of being in Toastmasters. I can remember the first meeting I attended at Avanti Palace Restaurant, and I saw all those people, DTMs, area directors, division directors, like what I put myself in. But actually, the key word or the sentence, Fatin told me that about this club and how the evaluation is really so critical, and I was searching for that. This is one of the reasons to join Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters. I got the chance to be a VP Education and a president for consecutive years, and that was a pleasure for me. Alka was the president, I was the VPE, and the next year it was vice versa. So it was a pleasure to work with her, and I really have learned a lot from all, as we all say, the giants in that club, and how they really polished the speaker in me and the leader in me. So I really appreciate all the efforts of all the people and with everyone who really helped me to be who I am today. Happy anniversary, CATS, and back to you, Alka.
Thank you. And last but not the least, we have our immediate past president, DTM Rohaina. Please say a few words, Rohaina.
Hello, good evening to all of you, and congratulations, Kat, on celebrating your 12th anniversary. Well, I was
Rohaina, you are muted.
Yeah, no, somebody muted me. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, just want to congratulate you. And I think 12 years is actually a good number of years. Good number of years to learn, to grow with all of you. Experienced CAT members, all of you Toastmasters have been very pivotal in making me grow too. If I have come this far, it's a big thank you to each and every one of you here at CAT. So congratulations to everybody for being here, and let's stay strong and make CAT the best club in Kuwait. Thank you.
Thank you. And with this, I think we are running out of time. And happy anniversary to all the club members. Congratulations. And back to you, MC, for the next part of the most exciting, sorry, President for the most exciting part now. I don't know, President or MC, who will take it over? MC, yes, please.
Okay, thank you so much, DTM Alka, and thank you all from my side as well. I want to congratulate Kat, and I'm proud that I am as well a member of this prestigious, very much prestigious club. So I think everyone is excited to know the results. And Satish, are we ready? Okay, so I will hand it over now to the Chief Judge, Satish Kumar, for the announcement of the results. And again, best of luck for all of you. Over to you, Satish.
Thank you, MC Abir. Thank you, Kat, for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this 12th anniversary celebration. Kat is one of my closest associates, are all from CAT. As Wafa mentioned, those days we all used CAT as our ExCom meeting place. Well, today I will not waste much of the time, and I will straight away go to the results. Good news is there are no disqualification. So that's a good news. Are you all ready for the results? I will share the screen. All right, so the first winner we are going to announce is the third place. Drum rolls, please. Do you want to unmute yourselves?
Yay!
All right, first I'm announcing the third place. The third place goes to DTM Arij Jaffer.
Woo!
Yay!
Judge.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
I have the trophy.
Yeah, I'm stop sharing so you can see the trophy.
Thank you.
Ah,
DTM Arij, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your trophy will be handed over tomorrow to you.
Congratulations, Arij. All right. Now
Want some salt?
Drum roll.
Now we'll move to the second place. The second place goes to, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. The second place goes to DTM Rohina Tanvir.
Woo! Congratulations.
Congratulations, Rohaina.
Congratulations, Rohaina.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done, DTM Rohaina.
Congratulations, Rohaina.
Thank you so much.
Your real
Thank
trophy
you.
will be handed over tomorrow to you.
Okay, I will come with my cane, rikka tikka tick, to collect it.
But start then today.
All right. Now,
First praise goes to John Joseph.
Hola, Rashid.
Oh, yes. Hola. It's,
Sorry, guys.
you're right.
The first place goes to, ready? 1, 2, 3. It is Ola.
Congratulations, Ala.
Ola Rashid.
Bravo.
Mabruk,
you.
Mabruk,
Mabruk,
Ola.
Ola.
Thank you all. Congratulations
Beautiful.
for all,
Congratulations. Very
everyone.
good.
Congratulations, Ola.
Congratulations.
Your trophy is ready, Ola.
Congratulations
I will
to
hand
all
it
the
over to Rick.
participants.
Thank you,
Congratulations to all
everyone.
the participants. Excellent. Well done. And Kat, keep doing the same thing. Let's have more members participate in the future contest. And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Satish.
Thank you, Satish. Thank you very much. We are following your steps as much as we can.
Yes,
Thank
Satish,
you
you
so
are
much.
right. Yes.
So I just want to say also thank you to our tally counters for today.
Yep.
Wait,
Thanks.
our tally counters, we have DTM Wafa Salman.
DTM.
Thank you so much. And the other tally counter, Beta Johnson, who are supporting our chief judge for today. So thank you all.
And to all the judges who we had more than
course.
70 judges. Thanks to all the secret judges who
Thank
helped
you,
to mark the
secret
ballot today.
judges. Yes, yes.
And it was unanimous, almost all the results.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I think now my part has ended, and I will hand it over to
President,
Makhlouf to adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Before adjourning the meeting, we have a very good role players, and we should recognize them and congratulate them for the great effort they did in the whole meeting today. Well done, guys. You did an amazing job. Our VP Education, can you please share the certificates for our role players for tonight?
Yes, I will share my screen.
Of course, the one and only Satish Kumar as our chief judge for tonight. Big round of applause for DTM Satish Kumar.
All the way from Australia. It's past his sleep time now.
Yes, I'm sure.
It's almost 1:30 a.m.
1:33.
And that's it. I can watch one movie and then we can start Diwali celebration.
Thank you so much, Satish, for joining us today. It's really meant a lot for us all.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
mean a lot for me too. Thank you.
Happy Diwali, Satish.
Thank you.
Happy
John.
Diwali for all.
Happy Diwali for everyone.
Happy Diwali. Second is DTM Wafa Salman as our tally counter. Thank you, DTM Wafa. You are really a role model for all of us. Beta Johnson, always supporting Kuwait Advanced. Please come and join our meetings, and if you wish, you can be a member in Kuwait Advanced. Thank you. Freddie, the newest member in Kuwait Advance, and always there. If you ask him anyway, anytime, he will be there supporting. Thank you, Freddie. Shrinivat Shalipati, the one and only Shrinivat. Any role you want, he will say, yes, I'm there for you. Thank you, Srinivas, for being the timer, the second timer for tonight. Oh, DTM Fatma Abdu, the one behind the scene who took over a lot of responsibilities tonight. Thank you so much, DTM Fatma Abdu, our VP membership, for being the meeting moderator for tonight.
Thank you. Oh.
Thank you so much. And with that,
one more. There is one more, but I don't know. I'm not able to. No,
our MC.
For our MC, yes.
MC.
It's me.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, our MC, for the amazing job. Well done. We will send you virtual certificate after the meeting.
It will come to you. It's somehow not getting shared.
And our Sergeant at Arms as well.
Yeah, Sandy as well.
And Sandy as our Sergeant at Arms.
Sandy, thank you. The best Sergeant at Arms ever.
Exactly.
Welcome.
Thank you all, and happy anniversary. and wish to have the same anniversary, but after 10 years, with all of us there in Kuwait Advanced.
Inshallah.
Wish you all the best and happy Diwali to all. Thank you and bye-bye. With that,
Thank
meeting
you.
is adjourned.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Happy anniversary and happy Diwali.
Good night.
Happy anniversary.
Bye.
Definitely happy
Take
Diwali to
care,
all.
everyone.
Bye,
Stay
everyone.
safe.
Bye-bye.
Have a group photo before you leave with cameras on.
Okay.
To Asma. Oh, I had mentioned it to Ramkumar to give time to Asma, but I think he missed it. We need
Asma, you can say what you want.
He requested for time, yes.
Lisa, you are here.
Before the meeting
Lisa.
is closed.
These are the 17 most hardcore, sincere people.
Yeah.
So make Lisa
I
White,
want-
the Sunshine,
Yeah.
Sahar, everybody members.
Yeah.
Yes, Toastmaster Asma.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Toastmaster Asma.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to the
We can't hear you and we can't see you as well, Asma.
I think there is a net problem.
She's having an unstable internet connection. That is what I feel.
Actually, she wanted to put it on record, her gratitude to the Saudi ambassador, sorry, the Palestinian ambassador to Saudi, I think, who made her, who gifted this costume to her.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Where are you, Asma?
She's disconnected.
Oh,
But I think she has net problem, internet problem.
Okay, for the time
then
being,
I think,
turn on your videos to take the group photo, please.
but I think that is a great gesture by the Palestinian ambassador to Saudi Arab to have
Yes.
gifted a costume for her storytelling, which is
true.
a very, very significant gesture.
Okay, show me your
We need to
smile.
congratulate. We need to congratulate the Palestinian ambassador.
3, 2, 1, click. Great.
Thank you so much for being there. Happy anniversary, Kuwait Advanced, and see you in our next meeting. Good night, all.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. God bless.
Good night.
Good night.